up, fam? How far? What's popping? You know what I mean? How's everything doing, guys? Like, how is everything? I mean it for real. Let me know in the comment section. What stage currently are you? 2023 is around the corner, and so many of us, so many people, you know, and not just 2023, going forward, you might be planning 2024, 2025 in future. You'll need this information, and it's as valid as time goes. Now, this is coming straight from my heart. Before you think about planning, like before you even begin to think to plan to come to the UK, you already know the first stage, especially if you're coming as a student. You already know the first stage is to begin to choose a university, yeah? Now today, before you take that move to choose a university, I'm going to tell you 5 most important things to consider before you choose a uni. I am telling you from my experience. If you've not seen my UK experience, my new immigrant student UK experience, check it out. It will lead you to understand better where I am coming from. I know it can get really exciting, and you know, you could just throw caution to the wind, or at that point you're not thinking about caution. You just want to travel abroad. You have your dreams to travel to study. You just want to get any university that's going to give you any offer and just jump out of the country. My brother, my sister. Let me not talk too much. Now, the very first thing you want to think about when choosing your university, when you've entered Google to search for universities in the UK or wherever it is, I want to guess most of you here are planning to come to the UK. The first thing you should be looking at is accommodation. How affordable is accommodation in that very city where that university, I mean those choice of universities you've seen, those 3 or 4, whatever choice universities you're looking at. Look out for accommodation. Check and compare the prices of accommodation in that area. This is coming at number 1. I can stretch and stress and emphasize as much as I can, but I have other videos that have addressed this topic. That's the struggle story 1. Check that video out. Check for accommodation in the area of the universities you're looking out for before you decide. Okay, the next point is check the affordability of living in that area. Check the means of transportation, and I'm talking public transportation in that area. I do not know where your home country is from, but whatever the transportation system is in your home country, it's something you're used to. There are certain parts here in the UK, like if you watch videos, you could know that in London they do have the red buses. In Manchester they probably have the yellow buses, and some other cities. That is not how it runs all over the UK. There are some cities you're going to get to in the UK, public transportation comes out 1 in 30 minutes. Oh god, if I tell you my experience, it's a story for another century. Let us keep that on the side. Check public transportation, because that can mess you up, like that can shatter things for you. Also, while you're checking for public transportation, there are certain universities that have accommodation for student buses. What I mean is school buses. There are some universities that do provide school shuttle, like my own university, University of Hertfordshire, do have school shuttle from a point. So it doesn't pull me from central London, it pulls me from somewhere in Hatfield or St. Albans, just somewhere around the university area. So you can, where there is limited transportation or limited transportation, so I do not have to wait for those public transportation that carries or that commutes the locals. I can just get into my shuttle bus, and those ones are free. But the other transportation for the locals, you're gonna have to pay for it with your ID card to get some discount, otherwise you pay the full amount. So So check that the public transportation system, the means of transportation in that area, is something you well understand before you make your choice on whichever university you want to shoot your shot at. Yeah. Thirdly, this encapsulates the first and the second point. It is affordability. Can you afford to live in that area? I'm talking about the cost of feeding there, the cost of clothing there. How would you be able to get your groceries, get some fittings into your apartment, whatever home goods you might need? Check these things. It might not really be big of an issue in the sense that if you're able to find the grocery stores, so that is what I'm saying essentially, if you're able to check the grocery stores in this area, compare between this area, this city where the school is located versus this other city where the other school is located, or which is better than which, essentially. That's what I'm saying. Which is more affordable, because cost of living is not the same for every city, so you want to check if you can afford to live in whichever city that has the university you're deciding to go for. Yeah. Okay, now this one is huge. Like, this is something huge. This particular one is one that students do not pay particular attention to. Like, it doesn't even cross their mind, but guess, once they land here, it hits them like a tornado. I don't want y'all, who are my people, for this kind of thing to happen to you. That is why I am telling you. That is why you're onto this channel. You can't sleep. You cannot sleep on the bicycle. You cannot be here and soap will enter inside your eyes, because what? You are in the ocean of what? Information. Anyway, what am I saying? I'm talking the tuition repayment plan. Hey guys, this is very, very important. When you're choosing the school, whichever school it is, while making your inquiry, ask that question. It's very important. What is the repayment plan? So you know. Some schools get to split the repayment plan according to, generally, the repayment plan, you know, they get to split it over the duration of your course of study, but many of them leaving out the last 4 months or the last 5 months or the last 6 months towards the completion of your course. So some of them, within the first quarter, they expect you to complete your tuition. Some of them let you enter into the second quarter of your academic year. So check it out. Ask them, so you know. Don't just pay that deposit. Maybe they tell you deposit is £1,000 and then the entire school fees is 13,500, or you know, whatever the case is, and then you'll be like, oh yeah, thank God, 1,000, let me jet out of my home country and go. When you come here, it will shock you, and you don't want to struggle. I generally, sincerely, from my own experience, don't want any of you who come on here to struggle. So I'll tell you everything in my head that I know, on top of the ones I'm going to research, so you're in a safe space. So make sure you are aware of what the tuition repayment plan is, so you're able to plan ahead of time, so nothing takes you unaware, so you're very well equipped in terms of finance and in terms of planning as well. If you intend to, so you can know how to work, so you can know how much, you know, money to save up, how much money to pay up front before you come, just so you're in better standing. Do you understand that? Okay, the final one is international student support. This one is important though. Hey, you want to know the experiences of other international students, because I know a person here who came to the UK, who came here to study, and the particular school they chose or they found themselves, this friend of mine said in that university they're hardly able to find people to connect with, in the sense that everybody's minding their business. It seems to be that majority of the students there happen to be home, you know, based students. They really didn't have a good should I say, a fundamental base for international student support. So it could make you feel kind of like alone, kind of lonely, you know, when you're in the school, you have no family, you have nobody, and it feels like it's just you there, right? So it's something you want to check out. But in my own opinion, it depends on the kind of person you are, really, because there are some persons who really don't care or are not really perturbed or disturbed about international student support, because I mean, they're good, right? Let them just come here, get their studies and out. provided there is student support. So now this part is very essential. So even if there really isn't much international student community there, check for student support for international students. Look at what their international student support provision is like. Do you feel at home even when you get to chat with them online? Does it feel friendly? Does it feel, compare with schools? As I told you, when I was choosing my school, before I chose the University of Hertfordshire, there were other universities I was looking at. So when I'm chatting with this school support, I'm chatting with the other school support, I'm comparing things between this school and that other school, so I'm able to make profound decisions, which ultimately is making the best choice of university that encompasses all of the points, all of the aforementioned points that will aid your sustainability, your mental health as an international student in a foreign land. I hope you did find this helpful and useful. If there are other points that has helped you so far in your decision making, in case you're already here in the UK, let us know in the comment section what to look out for before choosing a university to study in. I'll see you guys in the next one.